We now return to Let's Play Tropico 6. Alright, so, our main thing right now is to get these revolutionaries going. We have a quest to get another tavern down. I've got 1, 2, 3 of them, so I guess I'll put one out here for the plantation workers. Now, we need these guys to be far more efficient than they currently are, and I'm going to switch them over to loose load limit. That increases their capacity for movement. They might lose some of the freight, but that's a risk I am willing to take. And in fact, see, we're making so much of this stuff, it really ought to be going here. I am actually considering, because there's only 6 available, I'm actually considering, I can't do this until World Wars, building another Teamster's office, and maybe one that's a little bit closer to the plantations down here. We can do another raid. Let's do treasure hunt, because we need the money. So what would that look like? How big is that? Teamster's office. I could put it right in here. It looks like it's going to take out a crop. Well, this would take care of most of the transportation needs here. Now, I feel like the big problem here is the distance traveled to get over to here. That really kind of is doing me no favors, and I guess I could do a road along the back way. Build it up here, and I mean, that would shortcut it a little bit. Not overly much, but enough. Oh, really? What? No, no. There. Okay. So I think we'll do that, because transportation is really actually very important here.
Well, you did the right thing.
We need to extend the mandate or get money. Let's extend the mandate. As far as money's going, we're breaking even here. I really need this to be going a little bit faster. So, this unemployment deal.
Together, Governor Ju, I, and the people will turn everything around.
I'm tempted to take the money at the moment, but you know what? Let's do this, and let's finish off this revolutionary thing as quickly as we can, if we can. So, unemployment thing.
People of Tropico love you almost as much as I do, Governor. We have such exquisite taste.
Okay, so I do now have the ability to declare independence, and I can go for war, but I have no defenses. And given the amount of money it would cost to build the defenses, we'd probably be spending 15 grand anyway, so I think we're just going to go for this. Right now is not the time to do it, though. I do want a little bit of a cushion, so we're going to have to focus on that. Unemployment rates, let's look at that. So we have a lot of educated people out of work. Uneducated is not so much the problem, it is the educated who can't find anything to do. There are options available for that. I imagine these probably take educated people, but newspapers and libraries will help. I feel like we should probably start with a newspaper, because that'll help, well, I guess, liberty, and it'll soak up those college-educated workers who need something to do, and we can use this for propaganda anyway. Why is that in yellow, though? Why is this... I mean, it shows coverage of pretty much everybody, so that's fine. We'll put it right here, central to the town. I'm going to want you guys to do that as well. We used to have quite a few shacks around. I guess I could be building more bunkhouses. Although, I mean, you look at that and there's still...
It's nice to have choices, isn't it?
Good. We're still working on this stuff. We've got wool. We have no gold. That's kind of hurting the budget by a bit. Good. So we can have that building itself up as we're waiting here. This has no goods. They're at max goings here, so we could put down another one of those ranches, I guess. We're filling up on nothing right now, so maybe I should put down another ranch. Because we are selling meat. We're not selling leather though. Oh yeah, we are. There we go. So this should all be pretty good. Expected revenue 30 grand. We just got rid of some of that stuff. That's good. Did that not count? Was that not for the crown? I thought it was. Let's find another one that is for the crown. Cocoa, coffee, gold. Another one for gold. How about rum? Wait a minute. Yeah. That's a banana plantation though, right? Oh, that's buying bananas. We don't want to buy bananas. We want to sell it. Rum. Before I do this, let me see what we're sitting on. No, we've only got 650. Okay. Let's do it quick. And only do 150. We're not making much money that way, but at least it takes care of all this stuff and builds that a little bit faster. Yeah, rum. Okay, I thought... Alright. We doing okay here? Raid points. What's that good for? Not much at the moment. I need money, so let's go back on a treasure hunt. I now do have enough raid points to sit on something where I could start bringing in tourists, but I think I desperately need this a little bit more. Again, our goal right now is to make a good amount of cushion money. You know what? Let's declare independence. I could use this. We almost have a trade route. I think like we're gonna lose these guys as factions as soon as I do this. So maybe I'll sit on this a little bit longer. I can let this run down and then declare independence, and then we'll... Yeah, okay. We'll wait on it. We'll wait on it. Although, I'm hesitant to lose that much money. We got a ton in our exports. And I feel like it's because we've done this. I mean, you saw the little rickshaw guy. This is now... I think that's really helpful. So let's look at our monies again. Coffee, we can bring that back down. Yeah. Good trade. No, hey. Oh, an import. Oh, idiot. Well, do we really need imports? What are we selling here? Gold? We probably don't want to do this again. That's a plus 10 anyway. -5 on bananas that we could then turn around and sell? Nope, not really. We could buy them, though. We could buy them, but then we're just selling them standard price. Screw it. Let's go ahead and declare independence. Okay.
Excellent. I knew you had a good head on your shoulders, and would want to keep it there.
Okay.
My heart swells with joy as I greet my fearless leader for the first time as El Presidente.
Here we go. This is a new era that I have no experience in, so this will be fun and fascinating. It's a hazardous period for our fledgling nation. It is a time of wars and sequels to wars. Time to fortify. Think about electrification in industry and train doctors. Okay, so we can now juggle relations with 4 factions instead of the 2. Side with one of the 2 opposing superpowers. Maybe we don't want to do that right away. I'd like to remain neutral if possible. And we can now have commandos to suppress guerrillas and keep superpowers from attacking. So, it looks like we are setting up our constitution. All citizens are allowed to vote. Only wealthy citizens are allowed to vote. Open ballot elections. Employees of governmental buildings vote regardless of approval. Those with approval below 45 turn to rebel. Those ballots casted a term. Okay. So basically, this is internal politics. I have to keep my people happy. Which means, since they are the wealthy faction, or the well-to-do faction, I'm going to need a lot more. So right now, I feel like maybe this is probably the way to go. We'll just let everyone do it. Because I feel like that spread is going to be easier to control early on. We still don't really have a lot going. I've got a lot of production stuff, but not industry, infrastructure, and certainly not defenses. We should probably be building defenses, at the very least some watchtowers. So we'll do all citizens can vote. As far as arming ourselves, rebel threat buildup decreases rebel threat buildup by 70%, increases standing with all superpowers by 10%. Tropico will be committed to peaceful conduct. I don't know that that's great for us if they're going to start screwing with us. And we renounce all ways of declaring war, granting letters of marque. That means my pirates probably can't do stuff. Yeah, we don't necessarily want to do that. This keeps this down, but my approval rating's good enough that I feel comfortable with not doing that. So soldiers require no education. In case of military conflicts, each barracks provides a militia squad. So we can at least provide a little bit of a defense force. Let's go militia. And none of the rest of this is unlockable at the moment. We can do a little bit of researching, so now we're going to have to build a library and possibly schools. Here we go. This is effective for the next 10 years. So I have to keep my people happy now, because now that is a thing. Stop. Oh my god, no. So now, we just plummeted, in fact. We have a religious faction and militarists that are now going to vie for each other. I need support. Much support. So, we cannot keep this leather supplied, and I don't know why. So we should probably do another... What is my food happiness at the moment? Overall happiness, food happiness. I'm guessing that we're making enough... What's the grocery store selling? Grocery store's got enough meat-ish. And rum. We sell a good variety of food, actually. And it looks like those are customers, okay. These are poor, so we don't need that. Okay, well, should we build another ranch? Let's look at that unemployment again. 19% unemployment, and now it's switched over to the uneducated. So one more ranch dumps in... Oh, these are actually well off. So it takes well off and... poor, but they're uneducated, so that's fine. So let's look at the statistics for... It's a mixed bag, not really. They're mostly all... People that are unemployed are all poor or uneducated. Well, poor or broke, and they are all uneducated, Jesus. So we need jobs that are low skill? Or I would imagine having a job changes the economic factors there just a little bit. So Constitution, we did that. Politics, we are neutral with them at the moment. Broker.
Call me the broker. I guess I had another name once. But you know what names are good for? They're good for getting you arrested, Presidente. Well, that's not my game. My game would be business. Which business? Hey, what have you got?
Okay, so this is the guy who allows me to shunt money into my Swiss bank account.
Would any of these be of interest to you? It's all strictly above board, of course.
And I have nothing in my bank account, but this would allow me to open things up and actually use him to help. Oh, so I can dump 2,000 to gain 2,500 now, which I could then open trade route for free, basically. That seems worth it. We could also unlock a slot with that. Yeah, I mean, 2 grand, that's not bad. Let's do it. Oh, I can't. Why? Or is this saying that for this in my Swiss bank, I can turn it, I can launder it? Is that what this is? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe this is laundering. That is not so effective. This otherwise would have felt, I guess, a little bit like a cash store in mobile games, but it would have been way better. But whatever. Okay, so we'll ignore that for now, and we will activate a new trade route. Oh my goodness, now we need fancier things. Well, right now, I guess we're going to be selling gold to the Allies. This I'm not such a fan of. This is going to start impacting relations. We're going to have to be a little bit trickier there. Ooh, tobacco. I should probably be doing that. See, now these exports are going straight to the Allies and the Axis, but the importation is directly from others. It's like an individual nation. Okay. Well, we need trade routes, we need money. So what are we trading right now? Nothing. So let's... Oh, did that cancel all my trade routes? Shit. Well, we definitely want to do this. And now it's going to cost us quite a bit more, but we'll go at 800 anyway, just for starting up. That's going to get me close to 9 grand, I guess. So we'll sign a contract with that, and then we will also sell... We're not making cotton. We're not making coal. I should definitely be making coal, so let's go dump that down, but in between that... Meat, I guess? I guess I got meat at the moment. I could just start directly doing sugar. About the same amount of money. It's going to cost... We sell in... Okay. We'll do that. Axis is not going to be terribly happy with me at the moment, but, you know... What can you do? Ooh, if we can make boats, we're going to be making bank. Or cigars. So cigars, tobacco. So that's what I think I'll be doing for my next plantation, because I do not have that. This is bananas, this is coffee, this is the Teamster's office, this is sugar. Okay, so let's do one more plantation, and we will make it towards the tobacco. Ooh, hey, that actually... is not terribly efficient. Actually, that's not good there. So I guess it would be here is my best bet for tobacco. What else was I thinking? Like cotton? I guess I could put cotton out here. And we can start doing textiles. They love me a little bit more than the Axis does. Okay, so we got choices now. Choices that are going to be real iffy here real quick. Because now I need to be making defenses, at the very least. I think, well, it's a watchtower. See, have we already gone past the guard tower? I feel like yes. I feel like now we've just gone straight into watchtower and barracks rather than guard tower and fort. Provides tanks. Interesting. And we may need... commandos as well, so that we can send them off on commando missions. Can we still do things with these guys? Yes, so we can still have our pirates running around. I think, though, that we will notice that the ships change during their era. So we sent them out in a sailing ship in the previous era, and now if we send them out, they'll probably be in more of a traditional boat, like an ironclad boat, maybe, or a steamship. Probably a steamship. Well, I mean, they're pirates, so it wouldn't be a big old steamship. You wouldn't sneak up on many people in a steamship. But, you know, eventually, and then I think it turns into, like, speedboats and whatnot in the modern era. So, we're just waiting on that. But if we unlock a commando garrison, then we will be able to allow commando missions, which could be good. We could sabotage some people. We could go treasure hunting twice as much. I like the fact that we could get rid of the guerrillas, so maybe we'll be looking at that. But really, 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 I need big export business going on here. Which, I mean, I'm surprised we made as much as we did. We've also got tons of shacks popping up, so I feel like maybe housing... Jesus. Maybe housing would be a good idea, a good plan. Let's go ahead and extend the roads, and you'll notice the roads are now paved, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna do a road around the President, and then we will start building houses. We can build actual houses, but only for 3. So maybe we want to do this. Must be well off. Can I see my economic standing? I wish I could look at my people and then see their money. Wealth. There we go. So most of them are poor. We do have some well off. Is there a way? Occupation. So not many people have... We've got a fair amount of well off people, but they don't have homes. But mostly poor, and the broke don't have homes at all. We got 2 poor houses that are vacant. Okay. So, okay. So I could do an apartment. Buy the blueprint. That's for rich. Or I could just buy a house. Production costs. Although, overall, this would be cheaper for buying 10 households than buying 3 of these for only 9 households. So I think we will go ahead and do this. And that's one thing maybe if I had been thinking about it, I should have actually been milking the revolutionary missions before we switched era, because one of the options was a free blueprint. So instead of getting more revolutionaries or money, I could have been unlocking a bunch of stuff. I probably should have been doing that, especially when we got that huge chunk of money. I was just afraid of losing the money. So maybe I've approached this era a little too quickly. That may be my undoing, but we'll go ahead and build 1 apartment, and we'll go ahead and build that here. Right across from the sheep ranch that I will want to remove. I think I'll want to remove this and put something. We'll move sheep somewhere else. And then I did say I wanted another cattle ranch, right? Which is not super efficient putting it right here. It's not super efficient putting it down here either. Well, I guess it is. A little bit more efficient than other options. Could put it out here. See, this is kind of where I'm coming back to the aggravation of not being able to keep it nice. Like, it looks a little bit messy. Fine, we'll put it here. That is a ways away from where it needs to be. I would have liked to have kept all that together, but so we'll do that, and then what? So we've got a little bit of housing there. We need to put in bigger, better housing for my poor people, and I guess we only have the option of poor? No, but we can't build this until the Cold War, which we don't really want at the moment. So since, as I was saying before, we can put these houses wherever we want, really. Do you think it'd be better to make a road here and connect this? Because I don't know... I mean, anywhere these guys would go would not necessarily be... I mean, except maybe here, but they would have to go this way anyway. I just don't know if I'm saving any time and effort to do that, you know what I mean? So we'll put a bunkhouse right here, right next to the apartments, because they'll love that, I'm sure. I was actually thinking of putting that back there, wasn't I? If I cancel this, do I get my shit back? Probably not. That's okay. We'll fill in with residential stuff as we go. Still have not conquered that unemployment rate. Which, as we said, unemployed now is going to be largely uneducated. So I need something that's going to build up my uneducated.
The voice of Tropico saying, it's a Canal Uno kind of day.
Okay. We now have access to radio. Low rebel threat. That's fantastic. Chapel. Penultimo... Or no, who? Somebody would give me a chapel. We should probably do that, though, to start keeping them happy. Let's go ahead and build a... what is the entrance to this damn thing? I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, that's definitely not... That's weird. You'd think that the bell would be the entrance, but it is not. Plunk that down right there. My pirates still on a raid? They are. They should be bringing money back soon. Ooh, now they've got vehicles. Pause. So they're going faster, so maybe... Does that also have impact upon... Let's go ahead and build a military watchtower. I seem to be suffering from the same problems that I was previously, which is that I am... well, we got shit tons of bananas now. I'm spending way more money than I should be.
Everyone has to do their bit for the war effort, old sports. I don't care a threepenny bit who you might be.
Okay. We have to have an embassy, and then we can bring them to the embassy. We will get some money that I could shove in my Swiss bank, and we could find some people on the island. We'll go ahead and take it, because we can just kind of sit on it for a while. So where is that, then? We can build a dungeon, which perhaps I ought to, or at least a prison. Again, we should modernize. And man, we just cannot keep hides in place and leather goods from Tropico.
Presidente, the
Ooh, got
workers
10
have a
grand.
request. They wish not to work, but that is impossible. So, they also have a backup request.
Okay. High school would be good, because then we can create more educated workers. You can see the complexity of this is already expanded.
Quick, Presidente! We must choose a side in this terrible war before it ends. It is almost certain to be very short.
Our choice appears between allies and Axis. One of these is constantly developing new weapons of violence, and the other is evil. Whichever you choose will probably win. Okay. So, reach a state of alliance, form an alliance with either Axis or allies. We seem to be doing pretty well with the allies so far,
Call
so...
me the broker. I guess I had another name. Now, I don't want to alarm you, but I'm going to need a rather prompt decision on these offers.
Okay, that's fine, but I have no money, so we won't worry about that. We can do another raid now, and I can be stealing some more stuff, or we can start taking things that I do not have. Apparently now oil and nickel are available to me. I'm more concerned for getting money. So we'll just keep doing treasure hunting. Maybe they'll bring me something good. Blueprints would be nice. Okay, yes, but the complexity is expanding dramatically, and that's no. We don't have a library yet, right? We don't. So I should probably be doing that so that I can start doing researching, because researching will hopefully allow me to start doing this stuff. It's a lot of money, and that's construction of all residential buildings. You can see the shacks have kind of started disappearing. We still have many of them, and I'm sure the housing situation is still pretty bad. We still have quite a few that are without houses. Filled in a lot more, though, so that's pretty good. But yeah, we're gonna need to find something to shove all the poor people into, get them off the streets. Man, but now we've gone from a pretty simple economic simulator to now we're gonna get into the political faction thing and a little bit more resource management, because now I'm going to have to have a lot of different factors in place here. I'm going actually. I should build a build a Teamster out here so that they can all run towards that. May need to think about that a little bit more. And now that we've done this, we can also upgrade some buildings because we've entered into a new era. So now I can add more jobs for those people. Is that still a thing? Unemployment? Uneducated? Yes. So I could start filling in my Teamsters, which means more distribution. Good, good. That's something I should definitely factor in. Also, shellfish is now an option for my fishermen, and I can start doing fishing dredging, which allows me to start collecting the shellfish, which is one more resource that I can have to sell and do stuff there. We can also do... I can also change this. I'm not sure what this means. And where is the fishing ground exactly? Because that's something... Oh, okay, so it's right there. That's what I was looking for the first episode, because it actually does kind of matter where you put down your fishers. Come back out here. I want to see all over the place. So where fishers' coves are quite far away, but I could build another one. In fact, I could build one right here, and then have that go. And then we could start producing tons of fish, because then it would factor into that. That'd be good. But I think we're doing okay. Although this has become a thing. Tasks cost me 15,000, so that's fine. That's fine. That's a one-time thing that's gone. Blueprints. So the blueprints and the one-time thing are the significance. I mean, those are the grand majority of all of this. We are still having to deal with crime, so that we probably want to start tackling that a little bit. Getting some electricity going. Oh man. This has added a whole nother layer or two of complexity that now we have to get into the real game, because I have to keep people happy so that they keep electing me. Oh man. Okay. Well, I think this is probably a good place to stop. I will see you next time.